Hello everyone. In this lecture, let's try to interface EM-18 RFID reader module with our microcontroller ATMEGA16. Let's get started. So in the previous lecture, that is the RFID testing lecture, we just found out two things. One is whenever we place a RFID tag over the EM-18 module, each tag will give us 12 character bytes. And we tested two of my tags. Tag 1 gave me these 12 bytes and tag 2 gave me these 12 bytes. So now what we are going to do is we will connect an LED to the PB0 pin of my microcontroller ATMEGA16, and whenever we place this tag, that is the tag 1 over the EM-18 module, we will turn on the LED connected to PB0, and when we place tag 2, that is this one, we will turn off the LED. So this is the logic that we are going to achieve, and before that we just want to configure the UART communication in our ATMEGA16 that we did in the UART configuration lecture, right? So I am copying all these codes and I am pasting inside the main. I will bring this ISR function below this. So in this function I am just going to make one change. Since we are not receiving only 1 character bytes of data, we are receiving 12 character bytes of data whenever we place one tag over the EM-18 module. So we cannot store all these characters in a single variable. So what we will do is we will store this 12 character bytes in an array. So here I will declare an array of name RFID, and below that I will increment the data variable. And we know that we received 12 character bytes of data. So if the data value, that is the array element value, exceeds 11, we will reset the data value to be 0. That is, we will receive 12 character bytes of data that will be stored in the array elements from 0 to 11. So from 0 to 11 we will store 12 character bytes of data, and if the data number or the array element number exceeds 11, or if it is becoming 12, we will clear the value to 0. So I just want to declare this RFID array. I will do it here. RFID of 12, and that's it. And now let's try to understand the programming logic that we have written here. Consider that we have placed this tag and we will receive these 12 elements. So when the program starts, the processor executes all these lines and it will be held in this function, that is infinite loop. So whenever we place an RFID tag over the EM-18 module, it will send a 12 character bytes of data in sequential manner into the UART bus of our microcontroller. Firstly, this character 2, which is 1 byte of data, will be received. So coming inside this ISR function, 2 will be received and the UART peripheral will interrupt the processor. And the processor pauses all the process that it was doing here and it will come to this ISR function. So once it has come inside that, we are storing the character 2 in the RFID of 0. As we know, initially the data value is 0. Immediately after storing, we are incrementing the data value to be 1. And after that, the processor goes there and again this 7 will be received and this 7 will be stored in the RFID of 1. And again the data value will become 2, and similarly this will be stored in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and this last character will be stored in 11. So once all the 12 character bytes of data is received, let's assume we are placing this tag over the EM-18 module. So now we are placing the tag 2. Again the character 4 will be received, and now when the processor is interrupted, you can see the data value now will be 12. As we know, when the last value is stored, the data value will be 11, and after that the data value would have become 12. So now this condition will be satisfied and the data value will be 0, and now the RFID of 0 will hold the character 4. In the similar manner, the RFID array will store the elements from 0 to 11. So whenever we place different tags on the RFID module, those tag values will be stored in the RFID array from the elements 0 to 11. So this is the logic that we are going to implement, and what we are going to do is we are just going to check the last two array elements, that is if it is having phi and e, we will turn on the LED, and if the last two array elements is having the numbers 8 and 1, we will turn off the LED. So inside the while of 1, I am checking two conditions. RFID of 10 equal to 5, RFID of 11 ampersand RFID of 11 equal to E. I just want to turn on the LED converter to PV0. Port B R equal to 1 left shift of PV0. And RFID of 10 is 8 ampersand RFID of 11 is 1. We will turn off the LED, and that's it. So when I place this tag, the LED will be turned on, and when I place this tag, LED will be turned off. Now I am building the project using the icon over here, and the build is successful. So we are using the same circuit that we built in the Bluetooth lecture for simulation purpose. Now I am loading the program for RFID. Now when I play this simulation, and I have to enter 12 character data for turning on this LED. That is, this tag value will turn on this LED, and this tag value will turn off this LED. So I am copying this, and when I paste it here, you can see the LED is turned on. When I copy this tag value and paste it here, you can see the LED is turned off. Other than this, if you type any values, the LED will not turn on. For uploading the program onto the microcontroller, firstly connect the USB ASP programmer to your PC through USB port, and then connect the JTAG connector from your USB ASP programmer to your development board. If you are not having a development board, or if your development board is not showing this JTAG terminal, you can directly connect the terminals of USB ASP programmer to your microcontroller pin nodes as per this circuit diagram, and you can build this circuit in a breadboard for programming your ATMEGA16 microcontroller. After that, power up your development board using external 12V 1A adapter. Once you have done this, open the program ISP software and choose the microcontroller required in select chip drop down box. Then after that, you just want to check this program flash checkbox, and then check this program fuse and verify flash checkbox. And then you just want to set the clock to external crystal oscillator in the fuse bits configuration. Go to the fuse and lock configuration bits tab, and here set the clock selection 3, clock selection 2, clock selection 1 and clock selection 0 to be 1. These 4 bits must be 1 for selecting the external crystal oscillator. And now click on this write, and you can see the fuse bits will be loaded. Now click on the load flash icon. Go to the respective project folder, and inside the debug folder you can find this hex file. Click on it and click on open. Click on this erase to erase the chip and then click on this auto button for uploading the program to the microcontroller. And the programming is successfully done. Now build this circuit to see the output in the hardware. You can see this is the output that I got in my hardware. See you in the next lecture. Thanks for watching.